Hey, it's Cynthia, and today's September 10th, so it's month 3, day 10 of my 6-month fat burning challenge. And I want to tell you about my weekend. I spent it in Chicago with James. He had a race, swim race, so I decided to go along with him. Dad is in a real stable place, which is great. As many of you know, he's in hospice, so it's been extremely draining for the last, I don't know, week or two. And I lost sense of myself, so I decided to just run away from my life and try and find me or find myself again. Anyhow, so we went out Friday, and on Saturday, prior to James swimming his race down at Navy Pier, which is in downtown Chicago, I decided to do my running, and I ran about 5K up and down the lake where James was going to be swimming. And what was really interesting is that's a space where a lot of people do running. And as I was running and I was going along and trying to get my groove on, the wind, the sun, the people was just a little bit much. And I started feeling really self-conscious because, gosh, there was a lot of good-looking people running up and down behind me, past me, back and forth. And the other thing was a lot of them ran in packs. So I'd be chugging along in my little slow way, and all of a sudden, there'd be people coming at me from both sides sometimes. And I started thinking, gosh, do I belong here? What am I doing here? Oh my God, I'm not as fast as these people. And I started wigging out. It's like, you know what? It's a gorgeous day, and I have a right to be here as much as anybody else. And what the heck? I'm just going to ignore them and run with me. And what's interesting is on Sunday, on the way back, we stopped in Warren Dunes, which is just on the western border of Michigan. And there's these huge dunes there. And we went to Mount Edward, which is about a 240-foot dune, and it's a very steep dune. And we were going to climb to the top. And I got my gear on, I'm ready to go, and I'm chugging along, and it's tough. And a lot of people, once I got to the second half, they started climbing with all four, their hands and their feet. But I have an elbow injury, so I had to stay upright. So I'd go like 25, 30 paces, then I'd pause to catch my breath. Then I'd go again, and I'd pause. And I saw one group here that kept they're just seeming to watch me. And there's a group of teenagers on the top watching me, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. And I'm going into my fat girl talk where everybody's watching me. Gosh, do I deserve to be on the hill? And I just keep trucking along, 20, 25 steps, pause, higher guy, maybe went down to 20 steps and pause. And I just kept going. And what I realized when I got to the top is those other people who kept sitting, they were sitting because they could only go so far and they needed a break. And the teenagers were laughing, not at me, but at their friends who were struggling to get to the top. So in both instances, I was having this great physical experience outside where it was gorgeous, and I started wigging out on why were people watching me, when in reality, they weren't watching me, or if they were cheering me on. The kids coming up were real excited when I got to the top, but it wasn't anything negative. And I know I've talked about this before, but there's still part of me inside that thinks of me as this woman who's 80 pounds heavier and the one that people would laugh at when she was working out or roll their eyes and say, oh God, please don't let her be the one next to me on the plane. So I've got some work to do, but you know what? I felt pretty good. I ran the 5K equivalent downtown Chicago. I got to the top of the highest dune in the area, 240 feet, pretty straight up. And I couldn't have done either one of those a year ago. So today I'm proud of me. And the rest of it, okay, I got some work. Maybe you've got some work on some stuff too as well. So anyways, you know what? Together, let's just keep moving forward. Do any of you have this where you keep thinking back to who you were and you haven't quite caught up with who you are? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Put the comments below. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay in touch. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. In the meanwhile, I just got back from the gym. I've got to go take a shower. So see you later.